This is kind of to you two, okay? And we'll allow everybody else to kind of listen. It was interesting in the temple today where Brother Westover talked about the idea that possibly you two had something to do with each other before you came here. And your dad, Emma, was in a play that Grandma produced and directed many years ago called My Turn on Earth. Because we understand and know that our lives did not begin with birth here. It began before this life, and it continues after this life. And that what you're involved with is just a continuation of that life, only it changed today. How did it change, Emma?
We got married.
Okay, and Daniel, it changed by getting married. And what is that? What change happens when you get married?
We're stuck together.
That's right. That's right. You are bound together. And today in your marriage, in your sealing, you made some very important promises to one another. That each of you covenanted and promised that you would be faithful and obedient to each other. That you too would be the most important two people in your life. And as your family comes to you, then they become part of that. In the rings that we wear, there is the element of eternity. The concept that there is no beginning and no end. And in an LDS marriage or sealing, which you've participated in today, you were not married till death do you part. You were married for this time on earth and for the continuation of your lives forever and ever. And so the rings that you have and present to each other represent that process whereby you have taken promises to each other in that this marriage will not end with death, that it will actually continue, and you have made covenants to one another, in fact, to do that. And I just want you to know how much as your grandfather, I love you, and will learn to love you, Daniel, as you take care of her the way she's supposed to be taken care of, right?
Yes.
Right. That's a promise that you make. And your promise, young lady, is that you will support him in everything that he does, and that you will be evenly yoked together as a team. Animals pull together with one yoke, with one rail between them, so that they can pull together. And if one is pulling harder than the other, what happens? You offset each other. You work against each other. And so the concept is that you're going to pull together evenly yoked. And I know that that you can do that. Your grandma and I have been married for 49 years and have understood what that blessing is. I gave you some advice before you got married. Do you remember what that advice was? Okay, what was it, Emma? This is a test.
Does it matter if you know the exact wording?
No, the concepts.
Basically, don't say anything that you can't take back.
Yeah, Thumper said if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all, right?
Yeah.
Right, that's basically it. That words once spoken never return. And that part, that if you always remember that before you open your mouth, before you say anything, make sure it's what you want her to hear and what you want him to hear. A minute from now, 5 minutes, an hour, a lifetime. So here's the process. I'll invite each of you to say something that you find that endears yourself to each other, and then upon following that, I'd like to have you exchange those rings which represent your eternal relationship to one another. Okay?
I love you. I'm just very thankful that you chose me to to be with for forever and ever 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 and ever. I just want to say that I'm very happy to have married you, and I'm really bad with words, but I'm very happy. And I'm thankful for all of the love and support that you show me, and how hardworking you are, and how dedicated you are to our relationship and to God. And I couldn't ask for a better best friend to marry. The end.
That's great. Okay, Dana.
All right. So I guess ever since day one,
Real close.
when
Speak right
she
into it.
came up and asked me if I wanted to be her best friend,
Do you want to be my best friend?
I guess right then and there I didn't quite realize that it would stick that way forever, but I'm really glad it did. We've been through a lot together, and I love her so much through the highs and the lows. We've seen the bad side of each other and the good side, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm so happy that we chose each other and that we get to go through this for the rest of our lives and on through for forever and always. I love you.
Would you two exchange? That is the representation of eternity, and you may seal it together in the traditional fashion.
Wait, I like my
Yeah, you're
flowers.
supposed to hold on to those for now. Not supposed to toss them yet.
All right.
That's it. Thank you.